Priya works at a nearby firm. She has a busy work schedule and is not able to spend much time with her family and relatives. To make sure that she does not forget the important dates of her near and dear ones, she decides to prepare and maintain a family event calendar. She will use a Microsoft Excel template for the same. Let's see how she goes about it. Type office.com into the address bar of your browser and hit enter. Click on the Excel icon. The Excel homepage gets loaded. Since we are using a template for the event calendar, we will click more templates. Scroll down to view the templates, then click explore all templates. You will find that Microsoft Excel provides free as well as premium templates. The premium templates are marked with the diamond icon. We will use a free template. Scroll upwards and click on the search icon. Then type family event calendar on the search bar and hit enter. Click on the first template, then click open in browser to start editing it. You can see that the template has opened an editable Excel workbook. You can customize each and every element of the Excel workbook as per your requirements. First, we will rename the workbook. For this, click on the file name, then rename it and hit enter. You can download the template if you want and continue using the template in the offline version of Excel. The advantage of using the online version of Microsoft Office is that you do not have to save the file from time to time. As long as you're having a stable internet connection, your work gets automatically saved. This Excel template has separate worksheets for all the months. Therefore, it is easier for us to view all the events under the dates by clicking on the respective sheet tabs. You will find that as you along with event, the information gets updated in the month worksheets. Edit the title of the calendar by changing the text. Now, let's right align the title. For this, click on the cell and then on the Align Text right button. Now, we will insert an icon here. For this, go to the Insert tab, Picture, select the required icon from your computer and click Open to insert it. Resize and reposition it accordingly. Similarly, you can also insert images, shapes, links, etc. Isn't this great? Similarly, you can add birthdays, anniversaries, and other important dates and view them in first worksheet as well as in the month worksheets. The online version of Microsoft Office enables you to reopen the file any other day or time and make changes to it. We saw how we have used an Excel template and created a family event calendar so easily. You can also prepare a calendar using Google Sheets, Microsoft Word, Google Docs, etc. Isn't it cool to prepare your own calendar and have the important dates in one place? When are you creating one?
The Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program, MGNREGA, is a government scheme which aims to provide guaranteed employment to people from rural areas. You should apply for a job under MGNREGA as it offers guaranteed employment for at least some part of the year. MGNREGA helps provide jobs to people living in rural areas of India. You should apply for a job under MGNREGA when you want employment for at least 100 days in a financial year. Any Indian citizen above the age of 18 years and residing in rural areas can seek employment under the MGNREGA scheme. Amit's family is happy because he had started earning. His friend Rakesh is unemployed and asks Amit how he managed to get a job. Amit tells him that he had applied to a government scheme called Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is MGNREGA, which provides employment to villagers. Rakesh requests Amit to tell him more about MGNREGA and how to avail of the scheme. Let us see what Amit tells Rakesh. At the end of this activity, you will be able to explain how to register for employment under MGNREGA, describe how to check job card details. MGNREGA guarantees employment for at least 100 days in the financial year to every household whose adult members are willing to do unskilled manual work. If work is not provided within 15 days of applying, applicants are entitled to an unemployment allowance. To avail of a job under MGNREGA, you need to give a written application for registration to the Gram Rozgar Sevak at the Gram Panchayat. You will need to specify the date from which employment is required and the number of days you are willing to work. A job card is issued once your application is submitted along with the required documents. Once registered with MGNREGA, you can check your job status and payment details on the NREGA website at http://www.narega.nic.in. Let us see how to do this. Start by clicking Job Cards. Choose your state from the displayed list. In the displayed form, select the financial year, as well as your district, block, and panchayat, and click Proceed. Note that in the job card list, names are reflected in different colors. The colors indicate the following: green, job card with photograph and employment availed; grey, job card with photograph and no employment availed; sunflower, job card without photograph and employment availed; red, job card without photograph and no employment availed. Click the job card number against your name to view details. The job card, along with details like date of registration, family details, etc., is displayed. In the job card, you can also see your payment details, such as the work-wise payment due, as well as the total payment given in the selected financial year. So you can see that MGNREGA is a noteworthy initiative by the government to provide employment to people from rural areas. They can register for employment under the scheme, check the status of applications, and get an unemployment allowance. Do remember to share information about this scheme with others so that they can benefit from it. Ramesh is a farmer. As he's aging, he's finding it difficult to go to the mandi, that is market, to find out daily crop prices. He discusses this with his son Rahul. Rahul tells him that a government initiative has now made it possible to get a lot of useful information on your mobile phone. Rahul tells his father about the M-Kisan online portal and mobile app. This eliminates the need to visit the mandi every day. Let us see how to use the M-Kisan portal and app. At the end of this activity, you will be able visit the Government of India's portal for farmer-centric mobile-based services at mkisan.gov.in. This facilitates getting information about dealers, farm machinery, extension-related activities, list of beneficiaries, mandi prices, and more. Now, let us click the Pull SMS tab and select the Structure and Codes option. You can view a list of SMS formats that you can use for various purposes. You can extract the required information by sending a simple SMS. Next, let us click on the IVRS tab and select the About IVRS option. This gives information about IVRS. IVRS is an interactive voice response system that interacts with callers, gathers information, and routes calls to the appropriate recipients. Farmers can make inbound calls to the given number to give feedback on the services from a predefined menu. Outbound calls are made to farmers for obtaining feedback about the advisories they are receiving from experts. A farmer can rate an advisory or answer given by a KCC agent on a scale of 1 to 5. To view the agent ratings, click the IVRS tab, select IVRS dashboard, and then select Agent Rating. You can view the list of agents with their respective ratings for a selected period of time and state. Let us click the K-Seva tab and select List of Services. You can see that a number of services such as price alerts, agricultural information, soil health cards, fertilizer testing, and others are provided to farmers through K-Seva. To avail these services, you can register by selecting the Register for K-Seva option from the K-Seva tab. Now, let us see how to download the M-Kisan app on your handset. For this, you will need internet on your phone. Click the Mobile Apps tab and select Downloads. Click Agriculture, then click the Google Play Store link. Click Install and then click Open. To register yourself, input your name and mobile number. Select your state, district, and block and then click Register. You will receive a confirmation regarding successful registration. Let us click on Plant Protection and click on Paddi, Dhan. Select the flowering or reproductive option. Click on the insect pest and then select plant hopper. Select an insect stage from the given options, view the description of the insect and view the IPM practices to protect your crop. To check the mandi prices, click market price. Select the state, district and mandi. Select the desired commodity. You will see the required information on your screen. Similarly, click on agro advisory to view the list of advisors in your area. Click on dealers to view the list of dealers in your area. Click weather to view the weather forecast for your area. Click the USSD tab and select the USSD application button. This service not only enables you to access information on the web, but also helps you enter data in web-based applications with the help of a simple interactive messaging system. You do not need to have internet facility on your handset. Scroll down to see the operational USSD services. You can see that for data entry of mandi prices, you need to dial *491*105#. Similarly, there are other codes for various other services. Before you can start using the USSD services, you need to register. For this, click on the USSD tab and select Register for USSD. Now, fill in your registered mobile number and click Proceed. In the given form, fill in your name, state, district, block, sub-district, age, etc. Also select the appropriate section, category, crop and click Submit. You will receive a one-time password OTP on your registered mobile. Input the OTP in the given field and click Submit. You will receive a confirmation regarding successful registration on your mobile. So, we can see how easy it is for farmers to obtain valuable information about crops and other related services. This facility helps the farmers save a lot of time, effort and money since everything is just a few clicks away. Do share your knowledge about the M-Kisan portal and app with others so that they too can benefit.
Adobe InDesign is a desktop publishing software application produced by Adobe Systems. It can be used to create works such as posters, flyers, brochures, magazines, newspapers, and books. InDesign can also publish content suitable for tablet devices in conjunction with Adobe Digital Publishing Suite.
Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to view the Visual Basic Editor, create macros, use relative references for macros, and customize security settings for macros. By default, the Developer tab is kept hidden in Excel. To enable the Developer tab, go to the File tab and click on Options. Now, click on the Customize ribbon and tick the Developer checkbox under the Main tabs list. This group contains 5 Tools buttons in Excel. Let's see what they are used for. The Visual Basic button allows the users to open Visual Basic Editor in Excel. The Macros button provides a list to view macros created by the users. The Record Macro button helps the users to record a set of steps to create macros. The Use Relative References button is used to record macros for users with actions relative for the cell which is initially selected. The Macro Security button helps to customize security settings for macros in Excel. That's all about the code group. Go ahead and ease your tasks by recording macros. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Viewing the Visual Basic Editor, creating macros, using relative references for macros, and customizing security settings for macros. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to use different add-in programs. The installed programs that enhance speed and feature of your work are called add-ins. That's what this group is all about. The add-ins group of the Developer tab has 3 buttons, namely add-ins, Excel add-ins, and COM add-ins. On clicking the add-ins button, we see Wikipedia, ScriptLab, Microsoft Visio Data Visualizer, Microsoft Flow for Excel, etc. These options help us install new add-ins by using the internet to further improve our work. The next tool, Excel add-ins, allows the users to make use of default offline programs with the current file. Lastly, the COM add-ins button allows the user to manage the available add-ins for the file. Clicking on this button displays a pop-up window where you can see the installed third-party add-ins. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Using different add-ins programs. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover insert manual controls in a worksheet, run dialog boxes to change control properties. The third group in the Developer tab is the Controls group. There are 5 buttons in here. Let's see how we can put them to use. The Insert button helps the users to choose and insert controls into the Excel document. It is accompanied by a tiny drop-down menu. There are 2 categories in this drop-down menu, namely Form Controls and ActiveX Controls. The options available in the Form Controls category are Button, Combo Box, Checkbox, Spin Button, List Box, Option Button, etc. The options available in the ActiveX Controls category are Toggle Button Control, Image Button Control, Level Button Control, etc. Form controls are built in Excel, whereas ActiveX controls are loaded separately. ActiveX controls allow more flexible design and are used when the job just can't be done using the basic forms controls. The Design Mode button allows the user to enter the design window by toggling the Design Mode button on and off. The Properties button lets the users see or modify the properties for the selected controls. The View Code button helps the users view and edit the visual basic codes written for the controls. Lastly, the Run Dialog button allows the users to run a custom dialog box for the visual basic codes. It's good to have control on the task we perform, right? Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Inserting manual controls in a worksheet and running dialog boxes to change control properties. Let's learn something new. This activity will cover how to view XML source code, insert expansion packs, import or export expansion packs, and view and modify map properties. This is the last group of the Developer tab, which contains 6 button commands. Let's discuss them in brief. The Source button allows the users to manage XML maps in a workbook by opening the XML source task pane. The Map Properties button helps the users to see or modify properties of XML maps in a workbook. This button is disabled by default. The Expansion Pack button allows the users to attach or use new expansion packs in a workbook. Additionally, the management of XML expansion packs attached to the documents is also done using the same button. The Refresh Data button refreshes the XML data in a workbook. Whenever you add new data to a workbook, you can refresh it at regular intervals to keep your work up to date. This button is disabled by default. Lastly, the Import button allows the users to fetch XML data from other sources in a workbook. Similarly, the Export button lets the users to share XML from a workbook with others. This button is disabled by default. To sum up, take a look at what you learned in this activity. Viewing XML source code, inserting expansion packs, importing or exporting expansion packs, and viewing and modifying map properties.
Gradebooks are very useful for teachers to keep the track of students' grades. Today, we are going to look at some templates in Excel and we will see how to create a student gradebook using ready-made templates. For this, we will download a ready-made template from the template site, office.com. Once the template opens, we will see instructions like how to use this workbook, which explains how to use this template. Let us click on Enable Editing. We can read the information given on the tab and then edit the student gradebook. As you can see, each template contains the instructions. Now that we know about the elements of the template, let's click on the Gradebook tab. Grade point average or GPA is the average of the grade obtained by the students in the given period, which is written in the numerical or letter form. For example, it could be on a scale of 0 to 4 or A to F. Here, grades are in the scale of A to F. Average is calculated by adding all the scores and looking at the total score. These scores can be final exam marks or even test marks. The information contained on the root 2, 3, and 4 adds as an index or reference. If a student's average is 0, then his grade will be F and GPA will be 0. Similarly, the higher the average, higher the GPA and grade. That means the highest grade and GPA are A+ and 4. Let us now see how to edit this gradebook. First of all, let's save our file. Click on the File tab, click on Save button, then click on Select the appropriate folder, and then enter the file name. Click on Save button and then enter the school name. Let's fill in the required information accordingly. Then let's enter the student name. After filling in the names of all the students, we will fill in the students' IDs. After filling in the required information, we will fill in the marks of the students in this column. The changes in average, grade and GPA are seen here as we will fill the marks. In the same way, we can fill the assignment marks of all the students. Then we can go to the Design tab and make use of the table style in different ways. If you click on the Page Layout tab, you can find various themes. We can change these designs in different themes. You can also use the color scheme by using the colors palette. This is how the student gradebook is created. To print the student gradebook, you can click on the File tab and then click on the Print option. Let's save your file. Friends, these ready templates allow students to create their grades in less time and it saves your precious time. Now, you can try creating a student gradebook similar to this one.
Manish is the responsible sarpanch of Nargaon village. One day, Rakesh comes to him with a problem. In spite of using good quality fertilizers and pesticides, the volume of his crop is quite low. The sarpanch tells him that simply using expensive fertilizers is not sufficient for a bumper crop. Which fertilizer is being used is also very important. He informs Rakesh about the soil health card scheme for farmers. You can check the health of your land's soil online by getting a soil health card. Let us find out how this is done. By the end of this activity, you will be able to explain the procedure to get a soil health card online. The Soil Health Card (SHC) scheme is a government scheme promoted by the Ministry of Agriculture. The state government collects soil samples and gets them tested in special laboratories. A soil health card is a report of these tests and contains the status of a soil sample with respect to various parameters. Based on these, it advises the farmer on the fertilizers and their quantities that he should use. Further, it suggests soil amendments that he should undertake for optimal yields. To get a soil health card, visit the site http://soilhealth.dse.gov.in and click the Print Your Soil Health Card link. Now, select the date range, state, district, sub-district, block, village, financial year, etc. and click Search. A list of soil samples belonging to all farmers of the specified area appear. Find your name and click the print link against it to print your soil health card. You can view the card on your screen. This contains the chemical composition of the soil and fertilizer recommendations. Thus, you can see that farmers can get vital information in just a few clicks. This can help them increase crop production substantially. Do share this information with others so that maximum people can benefit from this government initiative. The Farmers Portal provides information of interest to farmers such as the current market prices for different crops. It is not a portal through which you can directly sell your agricultural produce or contact buyers. You should use this portal for obtaining information useful to Indian farmers. You can access this portal from anywhere. The Farmers Portal will be useful to you when you want to know the latest agricultural market prices in your state over the internet. All farmers in India will find this portal useful. The Sarpanch has called a meeting of the village farmers. He is explaining how important it is to be well informed about the daily market price of their produce. The farmers do not know how they can get this information. The Sarpanch explains that they can use the online Farmers Portal for this. Let us see how to use the portal. At the end of this activity, you will be able to explain how to check the market price of commodities on the Farmers Portal. First, visit the Farmers Portal at http://farmer.gov.in. Click Post Harvest from the menu at the left and select the option Market Price. Then, select Other Agri Commodities. Let us select Commodity-wise, Market-wise Daily Report. In the displayed calendar, select the date for which you want to know the prices and click Submit. You will see a list of all agricultural commodities now. Select the commodities whose prices you want to check. You may select more than one option. Then click Submit. The search result shows state-wise varieties and prices of the selected commodities. So you can see that farmers now have a valuable resource to keep themselves updated with the daily prices of their produce. This can help them to sell their produce at fair prices and not get cheated by dishonest middlemen. As the website says, this definitely is a one-stop shop for farmers. Now that you are aware of this, do share your knowledge with people who might benefit.
In this assignment, you will learn creating a new document, using templates, entering text, selecting text, editing text, undoing and redoing changes. You know that when you first start a word, you see a new blank document. It is like a blank piece of paper that has certain default settings which are the most commonly used ones. When an existing Word document is open, to create a new blank document, click the File tab and select New in the left pane. In the central pane, you can see various template categories. A template is a pre-designed document created for common purposes such as a fax, invoice, or business letter. To create a new document using one of the standard templates, click Sample Templates and then the desired template in the central pane. Then click the Create icon in the right pane. Here you are. A new ready-to-use document is created based on the template you selected, which can be modified as required. For now, let's create a document from scratch. So, we will close this document. Click the X-shaped icon at the top right corner. Click Don't Save in the window that comes up because we do not want to save this document at present. To create a new blank document when the Word application is running, activate the File tab and select New. Then, Blank Document and say Create. The insertion point is displayed as a blinking cursor. Now, we are ready to start typing text. This involves pressing the keys on the keyboard. As you press any alphabet key on the keyboard, that alphabet is inserted before the cursor or the insertion point and the cursor moves one position ahead. We shall now type the main heading as shown. Press the Shift key along with an alphabet key to type a capital letter. Press the space bar to leave a space between each word. Press Enter. This moves the cursor to the next line. Press Enter once again to leave a blank line. Now type the other text as shown. As you go on typing, the cursor automatically moves to the next line, unlike a regular typewriter. This feature of Word is called as text wrapping. However, if you want to move to the next line before reaching the end of line, press the Enter key. The cursor moves to the next line in your document. When you want to insert more than one blank space between words, you may use the Tab key instead of pressing the space bar multiple times. The Tab key moves the cursor one tab stop ahead. To select a section of text, click and hold at the point you want to begin and drag your cursor to the right and release it when you have reached the end of the selection. A single word can be selected by double-clicking on it. To select an entire line or paragraph, you can use the selection bar, which is an invisible area outside the left margin. When you put your mouse pointer in that area, it changes to an arrow which points to the right. To select a line, click in the selection bar. To select a paragraph, position the mouse in the selection bar and double-click. To select the entire document, click in the selection bar thrice. To deselect text, click anywhere outside the selected area. After entering the text of a document, you may like to make some changes. In order to delete a section of text, select it and press Delete. To remove individual characters, you may press Delete for characters to the right of the insertion point and backspace for characters to the left. To delete an entire word, you may also use Ctrl plus Delete for words to the right of the insertion point or Ctrl plus backspace for words to the left. To delete a blank line, click on that line and press Delete. Sometimes, after making some changes, you may decide they're not necessary after all. You can reverse your last action by using the Undo command. Let us first delete a line of text. Select the entire line and press Delete. Now to undo this action, you may select Undo from the Quick Access toolbar or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus Z. The line is displayed once again. You can also redo an action that has been undone. For this, select Redo from the Quick Access toolbar or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus Y. The line that was displayed is now re-deleted.
You must have participated in many sports activities in your school. The captains, monitors, or sports teachers are responsible to establish teams for all these sports activities. And every game has a helper team as well, who helps the sports teacher in the arrangement and management of the event. You also must have been a part of such a team, or were you the captain? Now, imagine that you are a captain, and you have to create a sports sign-up sheet to establish a team of volunteers for the upcoming sports day. So, let's learn how to create a sign-up sheet in Excel 365. Go to the site and search for sports sign-up sheet in the search box. Click on the template, then click Open in browser. In MS Excel application, you have to manually save the file and your progress. But in Excel 365, everything gets saved automatically. Go to the File menu, click on Save As. Rename of the file, click on Save. Now, enter the information about the form here. This is for your reference, and you can also print and take this form along with you to write the names of the participants. Now, rename the titles as shown here. Next, start entering the names of the students in this column. Mention a division and contact details. In the last column, mention whether the student is ready to volunteer or not. Note that you can give this form empty to enter the names of the volunteers manually as well. We are entering names of students, those are always ready to volunteer and help. Next, go to the Insert tab, Pictures, select a picture from your computer. Place it in the image placeholder and delete the originally placed image. Now, resize the image in accordance with the content in the column G. Increase the row height as shown here. The volunteer form is now ready. Go to the File menu. Print. Click Print again. In this preview, you will be able to see how the form will get printed. If a few columns or rows are invisible in the print preview, you can change the settings from here. You can also use this template as the volunteer form to register the names of people ready to participate in the social cause event. You can be part of an NGO, help them with the donations or work, and ask friends and family to do the same. You are sitting in an exam hall writing your history paper, and you cannot recall the dates for Chandragupta Maurya's reign in India. It has happened to all of us at some point in our school or college life, hasn't it? Students often have difficulty in remembering multiple dates from their history lessons. However, there is a really useful way this problem can be solved. Make a vertical timeline with all the important dates, and you will see how easy it will be to memorize them. It gives you all the important dates in a chronological order over a single timeline and in a visual format, so that you can actually place all events in history one after another. Let's see how we can create a vertical timeline using Microsoft Excel. Go to the Windows Start menu and click on the icon for Microsoft Excel. Click More Templates. Enter the words Vertical Timeline in the search bar and click on the search icon. This is a pre-designed Excel template provided by Microsoft for its users. Click on it. Click Create. Saving your work is suggested so that the changes you make in it do not get lost later. Let's save this workbook then. Go to the File menu, click Save As, select this PC, then choose a location to save your document. Enter a suitable name for it and click Save. Now, let's edit the document. As you can see, this template is designed using formula, so that the elements on the data table are reflected likewise on the timeline. There are two tabs here. The About tab will inform you about how the template has been designed and how you can edit it. Since we won't need it now, let's right-click on the tab and click Delete. In the Main tab now, delete the information provided in the O, P, and Q columns, as we don't need them for our sheet. For that, select the relevant cells and press Delete on your keyboard. Now, click on the timeline title in the chart and change it to one relevant to your needs. In the chart, we will need to change the dates on the timeline. For that, double-click on the dates. The Format Access option will open up on the right side of your screen. In Access options, you can set the date range from the minimum and maximum bars under bounds. We will set it to from 1945 to 2020. Next, click on the chart. Go to the chart design option and you can select any design you want for your timeline. We will select the style for now. Below, we will select this position axis. We need this position axis and yet we don't want to show these numbers in our chart. So, under the Format Access option, we will go to the text options. Select Text Fill and make transparency 100%. As you can see now, the numbers have disappeared from the chart like we wanted. On the data table, as you can see, the positions are defined properly using formula. We will keep it the same for now. Next, select the data under labels and delete them. We will do the same for the data under year. Next, we will need 6 data rows for our timeline. So, select the rest of the rows from the data table. Right-click on the selection and click Delete. Then, Table Rows. We will enter all the data one by one in the table now. Wherever the text in the chart overflows or does not fit the text box properly, double-click on it. And increase or decrease its size by dragging on its edge like this. Once done, align the text for all dates in the chart properly. Give any finishing touch that you need. Next, we will export the document. Go to the File menu, click Export. Click Create PDF or XPS. Check whether you are saving it by the correct name and at the right location. Ensure that you are publishing it as a PDF. Click Publish. That's it, all set. Now you can even print this document if you want. Timelines are not only created for historical events, but also important lifetime events. You can make timelines using MS Word, MS PowerPoint, Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Google Slides.
Neeta has bought a smartphone as her friend Sami's birthday gift. She decides to try it out before giving it to him. She realizes that the new phone's touch function does not work properly. She immediately calls the customer service department, expecting to get a replacement. But this does not happen. In spite of multiple follow-ups, the issue remains unresolved. She recalls seeing an advertisement about redressal of consumer grievances. She decides to register a formal complaint against the mobile company. Let us see how this is done. At the end of this activity, you will be able to explain how to register on the Government of India's Consumer Support Portal, demonstrate the process of registering a consumer grievance online, and describe how to track the status and view details of a registered complaint. For registering consumer complaints online, visit the Consumer Support Portal at http://consumerhelpline.gov.in. To register yourself on the portal, click the Register Online Here link. In the user registration form, fill all mandatory details such as your name, gender, age group, contact numbers, and email address. Create a password with given credentials and fill in other details. Enter the CAPTCHA code in the given field. Read the terms and conditions and check the box confirming that you agree to them. Then, check the form for any errors and finally click Register. Soon after this, you will receive an email from the portal with an instruction to click on the given link. This is to verify your email address. Clicking on this link opens the portal. To register your complaint, log in by entering your email address, password, and CAPTCHA code. Now select the complaint type and enter all mandatory information such as state, city, industry, category, and details of your complaint. You may also upload up to 3 product-related images, documents, or PDF files to support your complaint. Check the fields and click Submit. On submission, a unique docket number is generated. The Complaint History tab helps you to track the status and view your complaint details. So you can see that consumers have certain rights which they need to be aware of. This initiative by the government aims at protecting citizens and encourages honest dealings. Go ahead and share your knowledge with others so that they can benefit as well. As the portal says, wake up yourself and wake others up too. At the end of this session, you will be able to explain how to book an appointment in a government hospital online. You can book a doctor's appointment in a government hospital through the website. To begin the process, click the link, Book Appointment Now. Click Appointment. Read the instructions on the left side of the page for booking an appointment online. Note the email address mentioned at the bottom of this section. You might need it if you have any queries. The option Click Here, adjacent to the text Want to view or print or pay or cancel appointment can be used for things like viewing an appointment, printing its details, paying or cancelling an appointment. Please enter your mobile number and click Submit. You will receive a one-time password that is OTP on this mobile number. Enter the OTP in the given text box and click Proceed. In case you do not have an Aadhaar number, click the option Click Here, adjacent to the text Don't have Aadhaar. A dialog box is displayed stating that you will need to collect your OPD card at the hospital counter on the date of appointment by paying the registration fees. Click OK to proceed. Now, select your state. Next, select the hospital and the department you want an appointment at from the displayed lists and click Proceed. Enter all the required details in this form and click Proceed. You can select the date of appointment based on the doctor's availability. You may change the department you are seeking the appointment at by clicking Change Department. If all details are okay, click Proceed. To confirm your appointment, click the link Book Appointment. Your appointment is now booked. Note down the appointment ID. You will receive an SMS on your registered mobile number to confirm the appointment. So, it is really easy to book a medical appointment at a government hospital, isn't it? All you need is access to the internet and a registered mobile number. Based on your convenience, you can make the payment online or at the time of the appointment. So, no more standing in long queues and so much saving of precious time.
In this assignment, you will learn creating a new document, entering text, selecting text, editing text, undoing and redoing changes, and editing modes. You know that when you first start Writer, you see a new blank document. It is like a blank piece of paper that has certain default settings which are the most commonly used ones. When an existing Writer document is open, to create a new blank document, click the File menu and select New. Then select Text Document. Alternatively, press the Ctrl+N keys. You will see a blank Writer document. The insertion point in a document is displayed as a blinking cursor. Now, we are going to start typing text. This involves pressing the keys on the keyboard. When you press any alphabet key on the keyboard, that alphabet is inserted before the cursor, and the cursor moves one position ahead. We shall now type the main heading as shown. Press the Shift key along with an alphabet key to type a capital letter. Press the spacebar to leave a space between each word. Press Enter. This moves the cursor to the next line. Press Enter once again to leave a blank line. Now type the other text as shown. As you go on typing, the cursor automatically moves to the next line, unlike a regular typewriter. This feature of Writer is called as text trapping. However, if you want to move to the next line before reaching the end of line, press the Enter key. When you want to insert more than one blank space between words, you may use the Tab key instead of pressing the spacebar multiple times. The Tab key moves the cursor one tab stop ahead. To select a section of text, click at the point you want to begin and drag your cursor to the right and release it when you have reached the end of the selection. A single word can be selected by double-clicking on it. To select an entire sentence, click on any word within the sentence thrice. To select a paragraph, position the cursor on any word of the paragraph and click 4 times. To deselect text, click anywhere outside the selected area. After entering the text of a document, you may like to make some changes. In order to delete a section of text, select it and press Delete. To remove individual characters, you may press Delete for characters to the right of the insertion point and backspace for characters to the left. To delete an entire word, you may use Ctrl+Delete for words to the right of the insertion point or Ctrl+Backspace for words to the left. To delete a blank line, click on that line and press Delete. Sometimes, after making some changes, you may decide they are not necessary at all. You can reverse your last action by using the Undo command. Let us first delete a line of text. Select the entire line and press Delete. Now to undo this action, you may select Undo from the standard toolbar or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Z. The line is displayed once again. You can also redo an action that has been undone. For this, select Redo from the standard toolbar or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Y. The line that was displayed is now re-deleted. There are 2 modes in which you can enter text in a Writer document: Insert and Overwrite. The default mode is Insert. This is indicated by the text Insert on the status bar. When you enter text using this mode, it is inserted before the current cursor position and existing text is pushed forward. Click the word Insert on the status bar. Now you can see that the mode changes to Overwrite and it is indicated by Over. Now place your cursor before the text you want to edit. When you type text, it is written at the current cursor position and existing text is overwritten. Switch back to Insert mode by clicking the word Over.
In this activity, you will learn about the user interface of MS Excel. By the time you finish, you should be able to list the benefits of spreadsheet programs, list the parts of the Excel screen, use the quick access toolbar, use the ribbon, get help, search for commands, sign in to a Microsoft account, share worksheets, and use the File tab. This is a form of communication with an audience wherein the topic is explained using visual aids. Presentations are widely used both in the business and education world. Add value to lectures, speeches, and research reports. Students can use PowerPoint presentations to enrich their assignments, projects, and other coursework submissions. Additionally, it can be used to create attractive invitations, plans, proposals, certificates, and more. So, let's get started on our journey of learning this amazing tool. To begin using PowerPoint, scroll down the list of displayed applications and select PowerPoint. A quicker way to search for the application would be to simply type PowerPoint in the search box on the taskbar. When you start PowerPoint, you will see many ready-to-use presentations. For now, let's click the blank presentation. You are presented with a new blank presentation. Come, let's explore the PowerPoint screen. The quick access toolbar At the top left corner is a small toolbar containing buttons that enable you to quickly perform common actions such as saving a presentation and undoing or redoing your last action. You can add more commands by clicking the down arrow at the right and selecting a command. Similarly, to remove a command, click the down arrow again and click that command, which would now have a tick mark against it. The horizontal title bar at the top of the window displays the name of the program, in this case PowerPoint, and the name of the presentation. By default, PowerPoint sets the name of the presentation as presentation followed by a number. Below the title bar, you can see the ribbon. This contains all the PowerPoint commands organized on different tabs. Clicking the tab name displays different commands. If you saw all the commands at one time, you would probably get confused and not know how to get the command you are looking for. The tabs are designed to show you just the commands you need to complete the task at hand without overburdening you. Within each tab, there are groups that contain logically related command buttons. These buttons execute a command or display a sub-menu of commands. So, the ribbon is made up of task-oriented tabs, groups within each tab that break a task into subtasks, and command buttons in each group that execute a command or display a menu of commands. There are some other tabs besides the main ribbon tabs. These are called contextual tabs. They appear and disappear as per the context you are working in. Suppose you are working on creating a table of content and you want to enhance it. Now, if you click on the table, two extra table tools tabs appear, one for design and the other for layout. You will see a similar contextual tab if you click on a picture. The contextual tabs contain additional commands that you are likely to need in a specific situation. When you move your mouse over most of the command buttons, a tooltip is displayed. This provides a description of what the button does. Equivalent keyboard shortcuts are also displayed if applicable. These can be used as an alternative to mouse clicks to apply a command. For example, hover your pointer over the B icon. The tooltip tells you that this icon is used to make text bold. You can see that the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+B is displayed in brackets near the command name. Access keys are another type of keyboard shortcut used to access the ribbon. They relate directly to the tabs, commands, and other things that you see on the screen. Press the Alt key to display little labels showing key tips. Here, you see that the access key for the Home tab is H. For the Insert tab, it is N. For the Save command on the Quick Access toolbar, it is 1, and so on. Now, if you press the key to activate a particular tab, for example, N for the Insert tab, the labels showing the key tips for the commands on that tab appear. You can press the Alt key once again to hide the access keys. Activate the Home tab. The dialog box launcher is a small button with an arrow which is present in the lower right corner of many groups. Clicking it opens a dialog box that provides many more options related to the commands in that group. Getting help. Help is always on hand. If you need any kind of assistance, simply click the Help tab. Click the Help icon to open the Help pane at the right. Use any of the displayed links or enter your query in the search box. If you have an issue for which you require further assistance, click Contact Support to open another help pane. Here, you can describe your issue and then click Get Help. Use the feedback icon to let Microsoft know if you like a particular feature, don't like one, or have a useful suggestion. Click Show Training to access all kinds of online tutorials related to Microsoft PowerPoint. Searching for commands. The Tell Me What You Want to Do box is a very useful feature. If you want to perform a specific task but do not know where the command is, simply type some keywords. The list of related commands is displayed and you can choose the one you need. Now, let's see the other parts of the PowerPoint screen. A PowerPoint presentation is created using slides. The slides pane at the left shows thumbnails of all the slides in the presentation. At the moment, this presentation has a single slide. The slide area at the right displays the current slide you are working on. Now, this presentation has multiple slides. Click the first slide in the slides pane. Then use the down arrow to view the different slides in the slide area. The horizontal status bar at the bottom of the screen displays information about the presentation, such as the number of the slide currently displayed and the total number of slides. The view buttons on the status bar enable you to view your presentation in different ways. The zoom buttons at the bottom right corner are used to make your slides appear larger or smaller. You may click the minus and plus icons or drag the slider to the required level. Click the notes button on the status bar to display the notes pane below the slide area. This pane can be used to enter notes related to the slide. These may be notes you need to refer to at the time of presenting in front of an audience. You can also hand out the notes to your listeners. You can resize the different panes on your screen. Place your pointer on the border of a pane and drag as required. You can see that the slide area resizes automatically to fit the available space. Now, let's move to the top right corner. The Ribbon Display Options button allows you to adjust how the ribbon is displayed if you want more working space. You can hide the ribbon by clicking Auto Hide Ribbon. Click the bar at the top to redisplay it. You can also click Show Tabs to display only the tab names. Click a tab name to see the related commands. Click Show Tabs and Commands to display the entire ribbon. Online capabilities. If you want to use the online capabilities of PowerPoint, click the Sign In button to sign in to your Microsoft account. Enter your Microsoft username and click Next. Enter your password and then click Next. Once you are signed in, you can save your presentations to online locations like OneDrive and access them from anywhere. You can also share your presentations with others so they can work on them simultaneously. To share a presentation with others, you first need to save it online. Click the Share button, then click Save to Cloud. In the Save As window, select the location, say OneDrive Personal. Then select the folder in which you want to save the presentation and click Save. In the Share pane at the right, enter the email addresses of the people you want to share the presentation within the Invite People box. Separate the addresses with a comma, then click About the box. In the box below, select Can Edit if you want others to be able to make changes to the presentation. Select Can View if you only want them to view it. Include a message in the box below if you wish. Then click Share. An email is sent to the persons you shared the presentation by informing them about it. You can see a list of persons the presentation is shared with below your name. You can also click Get a Sharing Link at the bottom of the pane to get a link that can be used to give people access to the presentation. Here too, you can specify whether the persons you will share the link with can edit the presentation or view it only. You can click the Copy button to copy the link and then share it with anyone you wish. File tab. Now, let us have a look at the File tab. The File tab is also called the Backstage view. This contains features which don't act on a specific point in the presentation but are related to the PowerPoint file as a whole. There are commands related to things like opening, closing, printing files, and saving in different formats. You can also set permissions and view file properties here. Let us have a look at some of the options. The Info section displays detailed information related to the presentation properties. This would include things like the size of the presentation, when it was last modified, the author, the person who last modified it, etc. The Share option allows you to share a presentation for online collaboration through email and in other ways. Using the Export option, you can convert your presentation to different formats as required. Click Account to see information related to the current Microsoft account being used. You can sign out and switch accounts if required. Product information related to the version of Microsoft Office being used is also displayed here. Click Options to see the PowerPoint options screen. Here, you can configure multiple settings related to how you want your PowerPoint application to function. To exit the File tab, click the back arrow at the top or press the Escape key. Now that you are familiar with the PowerPoint user interface, you are ready to go to the next step of learning PowerPoint. Here is a rundown on what you have learned. Benefits of spreadsheet programs, parts of the Excel screen, using the Quick Access toolbar, using the ribbon, getting help, searching for commands, signing in to a Microsoft account, sharing worksheets, and using the File tab.
Export to 4K. Microsoft PowerPoint now enables users to export their presentations in a 4K video format. That means you can prepare presentations and create 4K videos using PowerPoint. These videos can be played on any device without installing PowerPoint. To export your presentation in Ultra HD 4K format, go to the File tab. This will take you to the Backstage view. From here, click on Export. In this task pane, under the Export menu, you will see the command Create a Video. Click on it. Now, in this window, there are 4 options that you can choose to export your presentation. These are Full HD, HD, Standard, and Ultra HD 4K. The most recent quality available in PowerPoint for exporting our video is Ultra HD or 4K, the largest file size and ultra high quality 3840 by 2160. There is a second way to export your presentation as a video. Go to the Recording tab, and from the right area of the ribbon under the Save area, you will find the command Export to Video. Click on the command and then follow the same steps to export your presentation video in Ultra HD, that is 4K. Export to animated GIFs. You can now export your presentations as animated GIFs. These animated GIFs can be shared on digital channels or on your social media. To export PowerPoint presentation to an animated GIF, create a presentation in the Office 2019 version. Insert content and add illustrations, animations, and transitions to your slides. Go to the File tab. Click Export. Here, select Create an Animated GIF. By default, the quality is selected as Medium. You can use the drop-down box to change the quality to a higher or lower setting as per your preference. Select the minimum seconds spent on each slide. The amount of time spent on each slide can be longer but not shorter than this. Now, click Create GIF. MS PowerPoint will start saving the presentation as a GIF, and then it will notify you when it's finished. The processing time will depend on the file size and the quality setting you have specified. The GIF will be a continuously looping file with the extension .gif. All the animations, elements, transitions, etc. on your slides will be part of your finished GIF file. If a slide is hidden in your presentation, it will be skipped in the GIF creation and end result.